Today on Studio G, reporter Tommy Laren informs us of a middle school shooting in Nevada.
Bree Bradley gives us a heartwarming segment on trackside.
And Heather Feyerberger will sit down with a graduate student in economics, Matthew Kinzer.
All this and more right now on Studio G. Edition of Studio G. I'm Bianca Valdez.
And I'm Katie McLean.
The Monday school shooting at Sparks Middle School near Reno, Nevada has sent shockwaves throughout the community. The shooting spree is reigniting the gun debate once again. Reporter Tommy Laren has more.
The Monday shooting spree at Sparks Middle School involved a 12-year-old boy whose name has not been released. The middle schooler shot a fellow classmate in the shoulder before turning his gun on math teacher Mike Lansbury. He then shot a second student in the abdomen before taking his own life. Sparks Deputy Police Chief Tom Miller identified the gun as a Ruger 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
We're in the process of tracing the origin of that weapon. We believe that the student got it from his residence.
The shooting comes just 10 months after the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting in Newtown, Connecticut, which claimed 26 lives and reignites the national debate over gun violence and school safety. Since the shooting at Sandy Hook, proposed school safety plans have included arming teachers, adding armed security guards in schools, as well as bringing in bulletproof backpacks and whiteboards. Some teachers have even started taking self-defense and combat classes to prepare for possible future occurrences. 13 school shootings have taken place since the Sandy Hook shooting last December. The solution to these tragic events is still being debated. UNLV students weighed in on the gun debate.
I know that there are already background checks required on handguns. I think it is a control issue to provide training to people who own weapons.
There should be more restrictions on handguns, but I also think there's just like a bigger problem, as in, like, why did the student, think this was appropriate to go and open fire in his school, and just how counselors and teachers are handling issues like this with students.
Well, I support the Second Amendment. I believe it's every American's right to own a gun or any weapon. I believe that people kill people, not guns.
It's not the gun's fault, it's the irresponsibility of the parents allowing the children to obtain the weapon.
It remains to be seen what the next step in preventing school shootings will be and what measures, if any, can increase school safety. For Studio G, I'm Tommy Laren.
We will keep you updated on the ongoing investigation in Sparks as more information surfaces.
President Smochesk ends the search for a new athletic director. Reporter Jordan Hardy has the story.
UNLV officially has a new athletic director who has been part of this athletic program for decades. Tina Kunzer-Murphy is UNLV's official interim athletic director. Her contract is extended to December of 2014. Kunzer-Murphy was named interim athletic director earlier this year in May and took over for Jim Livengood July 1st. The coaches are excited for her to be in this position and believe she will do well with the program.
I think it's great. I think it's great for everyone involved. I know the coaches love her. She has so much passion for this university, wants UNLV not to be good, wants UNLV to be great.
Tina will do a terrific job. She's a rebel. She has a great passion for this community and for this school, and she has the full support of the coaches, and know she'll be a big part of what we're doing moving forward.
She's done an amazing job in the first few months that she's been here, and we're excited about her energy and her passion about UNLV athletics.
Kunzer-Murphy is honored to represent UNLV and plans to make a positive impact on the university.
The interim title is there, but we have to move this department forward and work within the community and the university, and that's what I'm doing. And so I told the president, it doesn't matter what you call me. I go to work every day. I'm very committed to what we're doing and trying to make a difference here.
She believes the community is supportive of UNLV athletics and that it will be a big part of its progression with the Mega Events Center in transforming the city of Las Vegas. Even though Kunzer-Murphy has the interim title in front of athletic director, it doesn't hold her back from making a difference at UNLV. For Studio G, I'm Jordan Hardy.
Tina Kunzer-Murphy will be joining us on an interview on tomorrow's edition of Studio G, where she will be letting us know her plans for UNLV. Nevada has a unique history, and the Special Collections and Lead Library offers students and researchers the chance to explore. Farron Enos has more.
UNLV Library's Special Collections provide students and the community with original historical material unique to Nevada. Director of Special Collections Paul Michel explains what you might find.
We basically document the history of the city of Las Vegas, Southern Nevada, and the American West. So a lot of the material in here is basically about the history of the American Southwest.
With such a vast collection, many of the books are obtained in a variety of different ways.
Some books are bought, some things are donated, so it comes in a variety of ways. Most of our collections in general, besides the books, are usually donated to us by individuals, by organizations, or by corporations. We have the corporate archives of a number of major gaming companies, so it's a broad variety of types of material.
One subject seems to populate the shelves more than others.
Most of our rarest books are about the history of gaming. And we have one of the largest historical gaming collections in the world. This collection actually dates from the 16th century.
Though many of these books may seem old and even fragile, Michelle encourages students to use them.
We want all these collections to be used. That's really why we collect. We certainly welcome students. Often we will arrange classes with their professors so they can come in with a class, and we'll do sort of a show and tell, introduction to special collections, help them with their research. If they're doing, especially if they're doing higher level classes with research projects, part of the reason we're here is to help them do the research, not only picking topics, how to narrow topics, but also to identify collections that are going to be useful, and then helping them how to use those collections.
Special Collections on the 3rd floor of Lead Library is available to all those doing research or simply interested in flipping through a piece of history. For Studio G, I'm Farron Enos.
Special Collections welcomes anyone looking to do research and is located on the 3rd floor of the Lead Library. When we come back from the break, reporter China Green gives us a look on what UNLV professors are doing to give back to the community.
And Christina Davies has your 7-day weather forecast. Don't click that mouse. Studio G will be right back.
The School of Engineering, located on the northwest side of campus, offers a wide variety of classes and activities. The Great Hall inside the Thomas T. Bean Engineering Complex features an array of the school's accomplishments and work, such as their annual cement canoe competition and bridge design competition that select students participate in. Named after Howard Hughes, this school takes learning to new heights.
My name is James Grant.
King Louie here.
This is Jennifer.
Crystal May McGuerza.
I'm Savannah.
Zoe here.
This is your boy Miles Lowe.
Christian FGY.
Kaylin Hype. And I'm Jay Luna.
My Mind's Music.
Gonzo Radio.
Combox Radio.
Join us for Happy Hour.
The Miles Lowe Midweek Show.
Ill Vibe Theory.
On KUNV.
KUNV.
KUNV HD2. 91.5 The Rebel.
Broadcast on Revcast.com.
Recently, there was a researchers event held in downtown Las Vegas to showcase what our fellow UNLV professors are passionate about. Studio G reporter China Green has more details.
21 researchers, 21 slides in 21 seconds. A fun new way for UNLV scientists to talk about their work. UNLV scientists met at the Downtown Project's Learning Village to share their research with the downtown community. From the fashion revolution of the 1920s flapper to diagnostic imaging on a corpse, a variety of topics were discussed.
It's a great event, and it's an opportunity for us to talk about our research projects and how they impact the community, learn about what our colleagues and community can do to kind of improve the quality of life in Las Vegas.
Really excited about this event. I'm a relatively new faculty member at UNLV. I've been here about a year, and this is a great opportunity to see the UNLV faculty and their research.
Oftentimes, professors do research in their office behind a closed door. We don't get the opportunity to present our work in public.
Professors are used to talking in 50-minute blocks, and to get it down to 6 minutes is kind of crazy.
It's a real challenge because we're basically using a very structured template.
It's a fun format. The idea is to get the faculty to talk about their research in a way that's much more accessible to the community and to the public, and to make it very, very fast, so they can only talk about the big picture of the ideas. And then after they talk about the big picture, the community can come up and meet them and other colleagues can come up and meet them and talk about potential opportunities to have impact. Learn about the research that's going on at UNLV and make collaborators down at the UNLV Downtown Design Center, where our mission is basically to connect UNLV research to make better communities.
This is the first time that UNLV is hosting this event. It's a great opportunity to showcase a partnership between what the university is doing and bring our work and bring scholarship and research to downtown Las Vegas. And it is being modeled after some other universities like the University of Tennessee. They do a similar event, and so we're excited to be a part of this.
The jury is still out, but organizers hope the event will be held again next year. For Studio G, I'm China Green.
The event brought out a lot of information to better the community and will hopefully be held again next year. And now we're going to take a look at our weather forecast with Christina Davies. Christina?
Thanks, Bianca. All right, so right now we have low winds and we're sitting at a comfortable 76 degrees now. All right, cool. Okay, and so our high for today is already at 76 and our low is 57, which is just 1 degree above average, which is amazing because that means a little bit warmer weather. So on to our current weather right here, Tonopah 64, and we go to Elko, which is 60, and Reno 62. Our hearts go out to all of you out there affected by the shooting. And Salt Lake City at 63, and California, fairly cold, no me gusta. All right, now if we look at our satellite radar right here, we see in Missouri going, or actually Iowa going down to Missouri, there is some snowfall that they are going to be experiencing. And over here in Ohio, Ohio to Pennsylvania, there's also some heavy snowfall, really cold. Now, if we look at tomorrow's forecast, we see that it's warming up in California, which is amazing. And over here, you see in Detroit, there's actually snowfall possibly going to happen. And all right, so for our extended forecast, through the weekend, it's going to be high 70s. And then on Monday, we're going to cool down a little bit. And then next week, we should be in the high 60s, which is perfect for sweater weather. Well, that's all the weather we have for you today. After this break, Bree Bradley will be taking us to the trackside. Stay tuned.
This is Your House Too. Located on the campus of UNLV on Brussels Street sits Housel House, the Center for Social Justice. A place where everyone can participate, explore cultural identity, share different experiences, and learn leadership skills. No judgments. You are accepted, you are important, and you are welcomed.
Stand up, speak out, and change the world.
Your community's farmers market. Welcoming, lively, friendly. A place where neighbors and friends come together to celebrate their community. With over 50 vendors, organic, sustainable, fresh produce are available just for you. Support and buy local at Fresh 52.
Good afternoon, race fans, and thanks for tuning into this week's segment of Trackside, and an emotional segment at that. This weekend, I was given the opportunity of a lifetime to witness the combination of love for speed and adrenaline and the selfless act of giving to kids who most deserve it. Grab a box of tissues and cuddle up tight. Let's take a look at this year's event, the 2013 Snore Make-A-Wish.
Today we're at the 2013 Snore Make-A-Wish, and it's all about kids having fun.
Make-A-Wish has been a partner with Snore for about 10 years now. This is a great opportunity for our children that face life-threatening medical conditions.
Thank you very much for coming out, you guys. All these race teams came out, volunteered to bring their vehicles, and have a good time with you guys. So I want everyone to enjoy the day, have fun. Don't be shy. If the racer's going too fast, tell them to slow down.
Snore and Make-A-Wish came together because Snore was having an event out here. At the end of the event, a family was here. The child was a Make-A-Wish child, and asked what was happening. And the racer told them that we had a race, and he was like, "Oh, that's really cool. My kid thinks likes this type of thing." So he was like, "Hey, you want to give your child a ride?" Okay, gave the kid a ride. Child had a great time, and she's like, "Wow, this is so great. It would be really neat if you could do this for other kids that would probably really like this."
How'd you like it? Good. What was your favorite part? At the end. The end? Did you go fast? Yeah. How'd you like it?
It's awesome. It's a little rough, but awesome.
Are you ready? Are you excited? Give me a thumbs up.
We went in one car. It was a white Sandra. It was super awesome. He took us on all these crazy turns. I thought we were going to crash. Thank you very much. So much fun. Had a blast. So happy to be here.
Seeing children that I've seen in years past, and I said, "Hey, I remember you." And the dad says, "Oh my gosh, she's been talking about this since last year. When is it coming again?" And that tells you that we're doing a good thing.
Being able to attend this event was something just beyond words. After 10 years of working together, Snore and Make-A-Wish agreed that this weekend's turnout was the best thus far. The two organizations have numerous plans in store moving ahead for future events. Be sure to check out the extended version of this event on YouTube under 2013 Snore Make-A-Wish, brought to you by G&G Films. Now let's send it over to Katie McLean with more news at the desk. Katie.
Thanks, Bree. Animals displayed in pet store windows look cute and comfortable compared to those in a cold cement shelter kennel. Although the history of those animals could be easily the same, Elena Ledbetter has more.
Meet Dobby, a 3-month-old Pomeranian mix. He was adopted by his parents, Liz Honest and Ryan Brinks, last week from the Animal Foundation.
First kennel we walked into, we see this little guy and just love at first sight, for sure.
Dobby is a young, energetic, and all-around well-behaved puppy. His parents are overjoyed to have him, especially knowing they adopted him from a shelter. But not all dogs are as lucky as Dobby. Many dogs are waiting to be adopted at animal shelters, but also puppy mills. Shelters may have a stereotype of being cruel to animals, but puppy mills are worse. Holly Haley, Nevada's state director of the Humane Society, says puppy mills are commonly the providers of puppies for pet stores in America.
When you see that cute little puppy in the pet store, you often don't know the cruelty behind that cuteness. And that is exactly what puppy mills do.
According to the ASPCA, a puppy mill is roughly defined as, quote, a large-scale commercial dog breeding operation where profit is given priority over the well-being of the dogs. Animal rights activists say puppy mills can produce more than 2,000 puppies a week, supplying the vast majority of dogs to pet stores. Under those conditions, the animals are kept in unethical states, subjecting them to disease, starvation, and sometimes cannibalism.
The cages are often stacked, so fecal material will fall from one to another, and not only infecting the dog below, but it can get in their food, and it's not just a large-scale breeding operation for puppies, but it also breeds disease, and cruelty runs rampant.
The kennels in an animal shelter can sometimes represent prison cells with metal beams and thick glass, but the kennels in an animal shelter are far more humane and conducive for animals who are looking to be adopted than those held in puppy mills. Honest and Brink are glad they chose to adopt through the Animal Foundation than purchasing from a pet store.
It's sad. It's
horrible.
Yeah, and it kind of reaffirmed and like made us feel better about getting the dog at
From
the
the shelter,
shelter.
yeah.
It kind of just affirmation of just making the right decision for sure.
And Dobby could not be happier. He has a large backyard to run around in, toys to chew on, food to eat, and constant attention and love from his parents. These are the conditions puppies should be raised in. Dobby may not have been a puppy mill victim, but he was a shelter dog. And there are many dogs like Dobby who are needing a home. Reporting for Studio G, I'm Elena Ledbetter.
Puppy mills are inspected and licensed by the United States Department of Agriculture, and many rescue breeders across the country have humane companies that do not harm the animals that they are selling. For more information about licensed breeders, shelters, or puppy mills, visit aspca.org. We'll be right back for more Studio G after this break.
The School of Engineering, located offers a wide variety of classes and activities. The Great Hall inside the Thomas T. Bean Engineering Complex features an array of the school's accomplishments and work, such as their annual cement canoe competition and bridge design competition that select students participate in. Named after Howard Hughes, this school takes learning to new heights.
You drinking tonight?
No, not tonight.
Well, give me a couple beers. You want some?
No, stop.
Come on, just
Stop.
take a drink.
No.
It's just a drink.
I have to drive us home.
Can
you even walk in a straight line?
Yes, want me to show you?
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Man, what are you talking about? I got this.
Just give me the keys, please.
I ain't drunk though.
Hi, welcome back to Studio G. Today we are joined by graduate student in economics, Matthew Kinzer. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So explain to me this project you worked on with, you did something with Brookings Mountain West.
This summer I was actually the Brookings, I was an intern at Brookings thanks to the economics department and the Brookings Mountain West. And so I got to work with Adele Morris and another scholar, Tracy Gordon, and I got to spend 3 weeks in DC. I stayed at American University and they provided me with that, and then I got to work at the Brookings office in DC.
Wow. And so what exactly was your role in this project?
In the project, I was actually ended up being a co-author on we looked at how states can instill their own carbon taxes and how states can collaborate in instilling those carbon taxes as a answer to the federal gridlock in Congress and the presidency right now.
So, I mean, that's a big deal. How did you feel about your work being incorporated to help influence this policy?
I mean, it was a great experience. It really encouraged me that my degree from UNLV was really a quality degree, because the other students who were working there as interns at Brookings were from high regarded and high ranking universities, lots of East Coast schools, a lot of private schools. And it felt good to know that I could work side by side with them and I could help them in things, they can help me. And it felt good to know that we were all working together to use academics to form better policy to make the country better.
Now, how can other students get the kind of experience that you had with this, I don't know, with Brookings or this kind of program?
Well, for economic students, they're meaning to make it a yearly thing, this new internship working with Adele. And so I would encourage all economics students, either graduate or juniors and seniors in undergrad, to look into that next year when they offer it in the spring. And just go out and look for your own opportunities for internships. Internships in any form are a good way to show that what you're learning is useful and what parts of what you're learning are most useful for your future careers.
And now, I don't know if you've heard, but you know, President Smatrisk has made the interest of this becoming a Tier 1 university. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, you have a lot to do with that, with the research.
I think it would be good overall for UNLV as an institution with a Tier 1 university. There's going to be some controversy coming with that, some tough decisions you have to make about maybe tuition increases, faculty changes, faculty hirings, maybe changing the requirements to get into the university. There's a lot of difficult things that people who get paid way more than me will have to make those decisions, but I can definitely see there'd be a lot of benefits to all the students and to the community and the state as a whole if we became a Tier 1 university.
Good, and so, you know, talking about yourself, what did you take away from your experience with Adele?
My experience with Adele is that good public policy and good politics come from academics, and they don't come from your personal beliefs. They come from data and from facts and from things that you can prove. And so a lot of people have personal arguments over things, and when we want to make good policy that helps out everyone, we have to look at it from a lot of different views, and we have to take a very logical, structured approach to it.
And just, you know, my last question is, what are some of your plans after graduation? Are you planning on using your experience?
I have a few different plans, different options. I'm going to apply to some PhD programs for economics and public policy. Maybe look into getting a career like Adele's where I help out with public policy, or I might look into going to work immediately after I graduate in the spring, maybe with a company working in analytics, or maybe for a public policy company getting a job in the short term and see how I like it.
Well, awesome. Matthew, thank you so much for coming on the show today. It was a pleasure, and good luck to all your future endeavors. Absolutely. We'll be right back with more Studio G after this break.
Collegiate DECA promotes personal and professional development through competitive events, community involvement, and leadership development.
I joined DECA because I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. So I got to meet people, network, and definitely work on my public speaking.
To join DECA, it's a very simple process. You have to pay a $25 membership fee. You can either come to our next meeting, our website, which is unlvdeca.co.vu.
We're open to all majors who are interested in business, finance, or hospitality-related fields.
I think what a lot of people don't realize, we provide 1,300 hot meals a day through 3 of our kitchens. We have about 650 people sleeping in beds provided by the Salvation Army every night. We have 127,000 of people that we touch every year. It's huge, and people have no idea that we do more than have thrift stores and ring bells at Christmas.
Two-year-old Chloe Ann Vidal passed away over the weekend when found in a neighbor's swimming pool. Taking proper precaution when owning a pool is very important. Reporter Ashley Schaefer has more.
In 2012, a total of 54 people drowned in Nevada alone. When having a swimming pool, you need to take extra precautions.
You have to have your property fenced. Has to have a 5-foot fence around your property or around the swimming pool. You have to have self-closing gates on any of your gates that go back and forth through the yard. You also have to have door alarms and window alarms. And if you have a doggy door, you also have to have a doggy door alarm. The only sad thing about this, once you put this on your doggy door, the dog will never use the door again.
After adding these safety procedures, when installing a swimming pool, the inspector then comes to your home to verify.
He checks all alarms. In fact, the homeowner has to be home so the inspector can go in the house, activate the alarm, and hear it. He also will physically measure your fencing and also check the gate to make sure that it opens and closes correctly.
Taking proper safety precautions is key when having a swimming pool and being in or near water. Swimming lessons seem most popular during the summer, but are offered year-round.
Swim lessons start from once you're a baby to your age around 12. There's different sections, different like categories that you could be put into.
Learning to swim is very important when owning a pool. Swim instructor Austin gave us some easy tips to remember when by the water.
Always swim with a buddy. Swim in a supervised area.
Taking proper safety precautions can help you save a life. This is Studio G, and I'm Ashley Schaefer.
To find swimming lessons close to you, go to lasvegasnevada.gov. Well, that's all the news we have for you on this edition of Studio G. I'm Bianca Valdez.
And I'm Katie McLean. Have a wonderful Wednesday, Las Vegas.